Hey, Goose Buddies, it's Chad. So we just realized this next episode is episode 25, which is pretty crazy that we haven't been shut down yet by the podcast police. Anyway, we just decided to honor this episode. We'd make a compilation of some of our favorite moments and your guys' favorite moments. Thank you, by the way, to everyone in the subreddit for contributing clips. It's been fun to re-listen and realize what sort of monsters we are. But once again, it's crazy that so many of you listen to this and are part of our Goosebud family. It's legitimately a thing. It means a lot to us that you guys listen and tweet at us and read along with us. It's really genuinely cool. So enjoy this episode. And if somehow this is your first one, God, I hope some of this makes sense. Maybe someone sent this to you and said, check out Goosebuds, it's pretty good. This is a nice compilation of the best moments. And you're like, wow, not a lot about books, mostly about, eugenics and conspiracies, but there's some good stuff in there. Once again, guys, though, thank you. You're all wonderful. We'll be back with a brand new episode very shortly. I believe we'll be doing Deep Trouble. So get ready to go underwater. I assume there's a shark. It's on the cover. Who knows? It's Goosebumps. We love you all. Have a real good bud time.
I thought, because I'm going to jump forward to a part of the book where an old boss of the dad comes by, Mr. Martinez.
Yeah,
I'm
Mr.
glad
Martinez.
that he was they gave a minority character a chance.
A Latino name, living in California, eating avocados. Well, they eat avocados in the book,
and
wearing
tomatoes,
a Dodgers hat.
So
Mr. Martinez
comes by to just like, oh, hi, I wanted to see your work. And at this point, the dad's already acting pretty crazy and clearly a plant person. Mr. Martinez goes downstairs to the basement, and the kids just completely forget that Mr. Martinez was there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But it's funny because you're going exactly where I wanted to go, which was I loved the daughter's her mindset of just like, no, this couldn't be a bad thing. There's nothing wrong going on here. He obviously just left his jacket.
Yeah,
here.
so the kids discover when they go back down like the third or fourth time, Mr. Martinez's jacket and shirt.
He just walked out of the house with no shirt on.
And again, this is something the kids do in a lot of the book, and maybe you need to do this, but I keep thinking, do you want to build your evidence against? The kids confront the dad every time he does something suspicious. Like, they play their cards every time. Like, hey, Dad, we saw you eating plant food. Hey, Dad, we saw this man's clothes down in the basement. So they're giving the chance for the father to, always backpedal and find a way out of it, even though he's clearly a monster.
Yeah.
But so the first time they discover Martinez's shirt and jacket, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Martinez was just very hot and decided to take his shirt and jacket off. I kept it for him. I'm gonna give it to him later." And then later on, a chapter later, they find Mr. Martinez's pants, and I wanted them to confront the dad about it, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I fucked Mr. Martinez. Sorry," and just like, look,
I fucked him. All right,
look, I had to fuck that guy. Also, I sleep in dirt now. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Monster Blood, I think, somehow goes more into just full-on, this is crazy horror fantasy. Because it...
Yeah.
As a credit to it, at least.
Exactly, yes. Okay, so here's the thing. Got a little surprise for you here, Chad.
Okay.
A little Halloween trick or treat?
Tricked ya! So we didn't read the book, but... We didn't have the time to read a children's book.
Okay.
This is good.
But big old but.
We took the 20 minutes to watch the television show.
You watched the fucking TV show? I didn't even get to watch it. Okay, all right. So let's compare
we thought this would
notes.
be fun. Exactly. We thought this would be fun. I mean, we had a spooky hayride that we went on. And on the spooky hayride, a clown demon stabbed me with its plastic knife.
Wait,
that was spooky.
I'm sorry. Is that supposed to be part of the ride?
It was not. It was not supposed to be.
If it was, it wasn't fun.
I don't think they planned that. I don't think they go, oh, we're just going to stab one random guy on every trip.
Here's the thing. Paul and I go to Shady Brook Farm when I'm back home for Halloween. That's like a festive thing. And Shady Brook Farm is it's a fun time. There's like a bonfire. You can buy some cider and various snacks. But the hayride is the ultimate attraction. And for the longest time, Shady Brook did things very old school. They didn't have like chainsaws with no chains on them, like running around and stuff like that. I thought that was all very shock and too easy to scare people. They usually had like little scenes laid out, and it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Not only
this is good.
Yeah, you know what this is about. Not only are the chainsaws there, not only did they have chainsaws now,
Like working chainsaws.
working chainsaws with the chainsaws.
Yeah, blades
of
removed,
course.
chain removed, yeah.
But they one of the parts of the ride that was supposed to be scary was a man, not a zombie at all or anything. Just came up with a gun, and said, "I'll fucking kill you!" And he pointed it at someone on the ride, and then lifted it above their head and fucking shot it. A blank, mind you. Let me remind you who died from fucked up blanks. Brendan Lee.
He shot it, and it was like we had that moment of like where the sound just flipped out, and we all looked at each other and we were just like, that was scary, but on a different level of scary.
That would be the perfect
did
place
not
to
sign up for.
That'd be the perfect place to murder someone, is on a haunted hayride. You just kill everyone thinks it's part of the show.
Do you guys remember that old Halloween scare? I'll fucking kill you.
Remember that Halloween scare? Old man delirious off his meds. Break down the kid. Try to remember from memory, even though you just recently read it. You have Sherry,
who's stupid.
Yeah, Sherry's super stupid.
Is Sherry stupid?
They're all stupid. They're all so
I
goddamn
think Sherry
dumb.
wanted to. I'm sorry to classify this as the one female character in the book. I think Sherry wanted to bang Bird.
No, she wanted to bang Terry, and he brought.
No, that's noted in the book. She asks about Terry, right?
Oh, but you're saying the subtext is she wanted to bang Bird.
It starts off with like we're establishing the four kids.
Who doesn't want to bang Bird?
And it says Sherry liked to tease Bird all the time. That means Sherry wanted to bang.
No one wants to bang Bird.
Bird is one of the worst characters in Goosebumps we've ever seen.
No way. He's Bird-like. He's nothing else.
Bird is fuel for half of the chapter cliffhangers of like, and I've never known a jokester. So let's establish this now, because this is throughout the entire book.
He's a
Bird.
jokester, yeah.
Bird's entire idea of being a jokester is continually pretending to be dead. That is all of his jokes, waiting for his friends to discover him and then be shocked and sad for him to go, you thought I was dead. You guys are fucking dumb. I think Bird had like a weird like discover a dead body fetish.
Well, I think that's happened about 13 times in the first 4 Goosebumps books, is that friends have acted dead and then been like, I'm not dead. That was funny. Kids do this. Anyway.
Yeah, Bird, when he was younger, found like one of his family members dead, and he's like, oh, this is traumatizing. I'll save it for later as a joke, and that's how I'll deal with it.
Like, did R.L. Stine have someone in his childhood that would do that to him all the time? And then they would pop up and go, ha ha ha, you cared about me, you loser.
I think it was like R.L. Stine's dad.
That would be great.
Well, here's the great thing about the end of this book. Sherry murders a man by taking a picture of him. The kids murder a guy because they take a picture of him. He dies from fright because they take a picture of him. And then they leave the body in the basement. And then they call the cops and tell them that the body was down there.
Because if you kill someone, you can just call the cops and be like, hey, clean up at the abandoned house. Be like, oh, thanks for the heads up. Nobody liked him, so no charges.
Yeah, that guy just chased children around, so it's good that he's just randomly dead in the basement. That guy died. She murdered him. And the kids were okay with it.
We should also catch up because it's been almost a month since we recorded the last one. I'm sure a bunch of crazy stuff has happened. Can I tell you guys what happened to me? is I went to go see The Imitation Game last night.
Okay.
Now an Academy Award winner for Best Adapted Screenplay. Have you guys seen it?
Have not seen it.
It's about a young man named Alan Turing who basically invented computers, played by Benedict Cumberbatch / Sherlock / Khan, but not Khan, depending on how Star Trek II played out. As in the early World War II, just inventing machines and being persecuted as a gay man and how it destroyed his life. And it's a great movie, not really a happy film, very sad. You're very emotional when you get done with it. Great piece. Drive home to my wonderful Hollywood apartment, and what do I see but 3 gay guys having sex in my parking space.
Wait, what?
So I live in beautiful Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. And in my outdoor street parking space, there were 3 men or 2 men and a lady, could not tell, having sex in front of my parking space next to my girlfriend's car.
In the street?
Well, it's like off the street, like tandem parking. So you can access it from the street.
Okay. Okay.
Just
we're
pulling in the songs that are inspired from the Imitation Game are still in my head. I'm sorry, I should correct. It wasn't just 3 people. There was a 4th man on a bicycle just standing nearby and watching.
I'm kind of guessing that guy just rode up and was like, well, I might as well watch this.
Hey, free show.
Wow, this is what Hollywood's all about, that entertainment that I heard. And,
a star was born.
Can I ask,
so
were any sort of, was leverage being used? Was there like a car being used as a surface, or was this going on the asphalt?
They were against the girlfriend's car, but the middle person was on the ground between the 2 standing up people. Well, that is graphic enough.
Wait.
So it's near. I think the car was. You were aware of the car when it's 2 feet away from you.
I'm sure it was a hand rest at some point.
No, I mean, you know what? I could have been wrong. They could have been doing a gospel song.
And it got really emotional at the part that you pulled up.
Yeah. So I don't know what you're supposed to do. I got out of the car and did a polite excuse me. Hello. Is everything okay? Just left the lights on them so they're aware of my presence.
Right.
The bicycle man, the voyeur, if you will, commented to me, asked again if everything was okay. Because who knows, maybe someone's dying and these people are helping them. Maybe this was like a moment where I needed to come and participate. And they just told me they would leave shortly, which they did. And then 2 more homeless people that evening. One more homeless person that evening yelled at me for walking past him. So Hollywood's a great place. Ahmed is legitimately terrible.
Yes, he's a bad person. He's a very bad person.
He killed at least 12 people, according to this book.
Yeah, he's John Wayne Gacy of Egypt. He literally is. He's going into a basement and hiding bodies there. It's crazy.
I never thought about it, though. Like, as far as murdering someone, dumping the bodies in just like a religious burial ground actually is a pretty solid idea. No one's ever going to disturb it.
The reason his family has been able to have this curse carry on is because they're brilliant and they put him in the right spot. So more power to Ahmed.
I don't know what the U.S. version of that would be, but theoretically, if you could murder someone in America and then bury them in like Graceland, like under Elvis's tomb, no one will ever find the body.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you just figured out how to be a killer.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably a pretty good idea back when Ground Zero was still a thing.
What's that?
If you kill a guy and then hide him in Ground Zero,
take him over to Ground Zero.
So be like, oh my, and then just be walking by one day and be like, oh my god, another one.
They're like pulling the body out. They're like, hey, this guy shot himself 5 times in the head before he jumped from the building. That's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
That is the saddest, darkest joke ever.
Hey, that wasn't. That's a good idea, guys. It's not.
It's a pretty good
insensitive.
It's legitimately a pretty good idea. Man, we're going to be implicated in so many murders now in the next couple of years.
Yeah. Turns out 9/11 was 3 guys. It wasn't a thing. It was all a ruse.
Wicked. This is the new truther movement. You got to listen to Goosebuds and find out what these guys are talking about.
Dude, we got Ancient Aliens. We got 9/11 truther moments. This podcast has it all. It really does.
George Bush did cause 9/11, but it's because he hit someone with his car and then had to bury the body.
The mirror, this invisibility lamp mirror that they're dealing with. Did you guys have any questions over the science of it? Did there's any point of view where you're like,
I didn't question it once. So I think R.L. Stein
Did his job.
did it right.
yeah, I think
He
it is
scared you straight.
about ever going into mirrors. These kids who are standing under a mirror and turn on this light. By the way, the least suspenseful thing of like, oh no, God, if only someone could turn off the light, or I will become invisible again. Like, right, the least suspenseful thing.
Yeah.
There's several times in the book where, like, so basically these kids start having a, like, man, you know what we should do with this crazy invisibility mirror and light, other than, like, you know, I don't know, fight crime or tell someone or conduct experiments, is let's just
Jerk each other up. Guess who's doing it? Who's the best?
There should have been more. That was my major first thing, is there should have been more this sounds super gross, teenage exploration with the invisibility power.
Well, the whole time I was reading this, I was like, this is definitely an analogy for something.
Of course, yeah. It's like sexual exploration / drug exploration, right?
It's definitely. I was thinking you could definitely be like smoking or drinking or something like that. But I think what it reminded me the most of was, remember when kids would like to like knock each other out by like holding their breath?
Okay, see, I heard about this on Oprah. Did you guys do that?
I never did it because I thought it was fucking
Deep
stupid.
10? Was that it? Or
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry,
Deep
what?
Six
I'm sorry, what is it called? Deep 10?
Deep 10 or like Deep 6 or something. It's like,
Took like a bunch of deep breaths,
you
right?
breathe in or you breathe all your air out, and then somebody squeezes you, and you count to something, and you have a lack of oxygen to your brain, and you pass out.
Yeah. So this one was either about smoking weed or asphyxiation. Probably one of the two.
I want to just point out to you how stupid children are. They do that. They do that, and some kids get hurt real bad because of it, because kids are so fucking stupid. Be like, hey, do you want to have a lack of oxygen to your brain and pass out because of it? No, I never wanted to.
Well, we got brain cells to spare when you're 12. You might as well just burn through a few of them.
My body's just making everything right now. Hook me up.
I got air to spare, baby. Yeah.
Deep 10, I've heard about that one. I never remember it being called Deep 10. I always would hear about those sort of things. I honestly believed as one of the things, it might still be, that Oprah and Ellen and any of those like daytime talk shows for mothers makes up to scare mothers. I will share this one. Have you guys ever heard about, like, for example, rainbow parties?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Like, that was the thing where, like,
that.
I had never heard of rainbow parties until my mom sat me aside when I was probably like 14 and said, hey, I was watching Oprah today, and they were telling parents to watch out about rainbow parties. If you don't know what a rainbow party is, it is... And
you're going to want to go to one.
Yeah, you're going to want to go to one. It does actually sound like a pretty great time, regardless of who you are at the party. This is something, by the way, imagine an Oprah hour-long special describing this to moms. Kids go to a party, girls wear different colored lipstick, and then they take turns putting in their mouth. I guess guys could do it too. Putting their mouths on dudes' pee-pees, and then eventually they'll have rainbows on their dick from all the hot blowjobs. That is something my mom knew about before I did.
Why is that not a thing? Who would ever think that was a real thing?
Why is there not porn of that everywhere?
It sounds kind of gross. I don't know why. Lipstick freaks me out.
Not for kids. Let me just make a caveat. I wasn't saying there should be little kid porn.
No,
There should be adult porn with that.
Adults should have rainbow parties. It should be adult rainbow parties, and it should be a great old time. Everyone.
It should be filmed, and I should watch it.
I will say, in the first half of this book, when they were having all these sort of these weird nightmare sequences, and she would just keep waking up, and it would get really hot and muggy. And then she would see the dummy propped up in the corner. It really felt like a steamy scene from a Harlequin romance novel.
Like he was there in the corner looking at him with his glass eyes.
Well-
The room felt hot and muggy. She gets out of bed. Is it really a dream? She starts caressing his hair, his eyes gleaming in the moonlight. He grabs her hand, and they lean in for a kiss.
Well, I think we can all agree that this is just R.L. Stine's previous porn writing experience shining through yet again.
Yes. The shiny hair is like a cliche in that kind of sexual writing.
Well, thanks for reminding me. I need to look up that Goosebumps slappy romance fan fiction exists. I am scanning it right now. Of course it would, because why would you not be turned on by something from your childhood like everyone else is? Oh, God. Oh, no.
If you could see
Oh, no. Guys, do we?
What are you saying?
Do you want to get the
Is
podcast?
is this like the Ninja Turtle dick photo?
Do you want to get the podcast taken down from iTunes? Oh God! The first thing I saw was I groan and think he is way better than Matt. I can't stop groaning as he keeps kissing and licking. I feel me about to come. Slappy's breath against my ear stops me. Don't come yet. That's all I read. So someone, seemingly this man who has a picture of himself as the author, who looks our age,
Is he wearing a crown?
wearing a crown, found
Hold on,
himself,
Burger King crown?
Oh, sorry. It's a picture of Moriarty from Sherlock. So I'm glad the Sherlock fandom is doing real good. Found himself motivated to do a fan fiction called No Escape from Panic Park. And the logline is, what if they never escape from Panic Park? What if they were forced to stay there for the rest of their lives? Romance blooms between two characters. And will the menace find out or not? And will Slappy find out about Brittany and Matt's romance or not? Sorry.
Hey, it's posing a lot of questions. If it's bringing up that many questions in the log line, can you imagine what kind of questions the narrative brings up? I mean, come on.
I had not thought about Slappy as an erotic lead, but now
I mean, this is chapter 12.
this is, to be fair, yeah, I'm sure they laid a lot of groundwork to really establish.
Did he hold his cum? We don't know.
Well, okay, so I'm not every kid in the United States, because for me, every dummy is evil. So I knew from the get-go that every single one of these dummies was bad news. That's all.
Well, Paul, I think you need to explain the story.
Yes, please,
why?
please, yeah, please dive into this.
We did build up to this, didn't we? Okay, so I guess I'll lay it out now so we can have it before everything else.
Okay, sure.
And I'll hum spookily.
Please.
No, please don't make us put that in post audio. Just take care of it.
Yeah, just do it right now.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tell a story with you humming in the background.
No, I won't be able to listen.
I'll put in something
It's a good
really
story.
good.
I want to hear it.
So I grew up in a relatively privileged suburban neighborhood, so I didn't have to worry about like bullets or starving or anything like that. So I was able to put all of my fear into irrational things, like being afraid of Chucky from the Chucky movies, which is a completely logical thing to be afraid of. So I was a scared kid. I went to Catholic school. They, hellfire and brimstone pumped into me from an early age.
They warned you about the devil and dummies.
Yeah, I was like a stew of neuroses. I was just like
you were a scared.
I was a scared kid. So and my dad liked to scare me with horror movies when I was growing up. So I was pretty scared of Chucky growing up. Like that was probably my number one fear, was that movie. And like my whole family knew it, and my cousins knew it, and they all tortured me with it. And I got a My Buddy doll. I don't know if you guys remember the My Buddy doll.
Oh, yeah.
But it looked exactly like Chucky. Like, exactly like Chucky. But I had it before I was afraid of Chucky, so I loved it. I was like, oh, it's it was my buddy. I loved it.
Oh, and then it ruined it for you? The movie
And then
ruined
Chucky.
it?
Okay, so Chucky scared me, and I was like, I don't know if I trust this guy anymore. So I was like, so I decided, brilliant plan. I was like, I'll put him in the closet at night. That way he can't come to life and murder me because he won't be able to get out of the closet, which from this book works, apparently.
Yeah, I never liked the idea of putting the thing that terrifies you where you can't see it, actually. Like,
Yeah.
closet doors are worse when you can't tell what's behind them, honestly. I always thought.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when I did it, this is vague recollection, but I'm pretty sure when I did it, I put him in front of it. I had a rocking chair in my room. I'm pretty sure I put him in there and then did the old rocking chair under the doorknobs thing so that it couldn't open it, even if it wanted to. I was pretty safe about my Chucky that lived in my room.
He was pretty scared.
I was pretty scared. So I started throwing them in this closet, and my dad liked to play pranks on me as a kid, and then magically in the morning I would wake up. So he was in the other side of my room, and I had like I said, the rocking chair. I'd wake up in the morning after having thrown him in and locked him in, and there would be good old my buddy sitting on a rocking chair, eye level with me, face to face.
Holy shit!
My face.
Did you do something to piss off your dad?
For weeks, it would happen.
And you've effectively just described the first half of this book. With that anecdote.
I lived this. That's a note. Is that I lived this book. I was living it.
Did your dad ever?
He fessed up eventually, and then he started getting crazier with the scares. And I'll save those stories for another day.
Holy shit! Probably one of the most frustrating cliffhangers is they're finally battling Mr. Wood. They're like, he's chasing all over the dirt. Again, don't know what his game plan is, where he's going. He seems to want to stay at the house to murder them. He seems very obsessed with these people. He can go anywhere. They chase him through the construction yard, and they have him by the shoulders and are going to put him underneath the moving steamroller.
Yeah.
I am on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And then, oh no, the dog got out. The dog's going to get hit by a steamroller. The worst cliffhanger.
That was bad. That was real bad. And then they push the dog out of the way, and then the guy just happens to get run over.
Yeah, they just go right back to what they were doing.
It's such a weird beat. It didn't make any sense whatsoever.
The best part too is when he gets run over, and then the guy gets off the thing. He's like, "Holy shit! I killed a kid!"
Yeah,
I saw a little thing run beneath our steamroller.
Yeah, the two most intense part of the book were at the beginning when they thought they found a dead kid in the dumpster, and at the end when the steamroller operator thought he had killed a kid, and it lingers on that moment.
It lingers because they're like, no, it's just our dummy. He's like, sure, it wasn't a kid. Did I kill a kid? You
gotta tell me, did I kill a kid?
It feels like
it's truly heartbreaking. My heart went out to that guy.
Also, 2 steamrollers on one house construction job seems like a pretty ridiculous construction project.
It was really uneven land.
Wait, hold on. Side tangent. Do you guys remember Paul, you weren't here. I'm just going to share it now because I realized how weird it was. Dom was hanging out with me. Dom's girlfriend was hanging out. A few other people. I think we were just a little too deep down the drunk bend, and I just went, guys, what if we all watched Real Sex right now? And I thought that was a real great idea. But I clearly was wrong. I remember Dom being a polite gentleman, going, Chad, it's not a good idea, man. Let's not put on. No, it'll be funny. We'll all watch Real Sex. It'll be real funny.
Well, Chad started searching for it. Chad, I do not want to watch Real Sex.
It's funny because it almost feels like it's a gateway show to you just all watching porn together.
Yeah,
eventually you'd be like, oh man, what if we could see a dick going in that vag right now?
I realized that's what it seemed like later.
I could pull it up right now.
You guys want to do some whippets, man? That'd be fun. Hey, man, whippets just ain't enough anymore. Heroin is what I want.
I realized that's what it sounded like at the time in my mind. I was like, oh, it'll be funny because it'll be a real weird show. But I realized it would have been yeah, guys, what if I put in this DVD? It's called Butt Sluts 9. Listen, it'll be real funny. I'm going to take my clothes off. That's what it seemed like I was about to do. So I apologize.
You don't have to see the prequels. You don't have to
see the prequels. Yeah, no, I drove around in high school all the time. But there's that, and there's car commercials now. I'm 28 for the record, for anyone asking. There's car commercials now where a dad will get in a minivan and a Nirvana song will play or something, or a Weezer song will play, and yeah, you're a dad. You liked Weezer, and now you have kids who are 6. You're old. I feel super old.
Well, it's weird because there's a thing going on right now called emo revival.
What?
Where all the emo music is popular again. The shit that I liked in high school is now becoming repopular. Weezer and Blink-182, not that Blink-182 is emo, but
Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah, Dashboard Confessional, all the Taking Back Sunday, all that shit. It's popular again.
What?
It's back. I don't know, and not even.
I got a confessional.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
let's go on.
I got a confessional that I'm ready to lay out there on the dashboard.
Okay, like
This is
wrestler. It's like your wrestler setup.
Emo can stink it.
It was a wrestling disc the whole time.
It was a wrestling.
Yeah, that's right. You missed probably the best part of the book.
I think I know what you're going to say because I see it in my notes. But go.
Roger gets slashed by a creature. Mm-hmm. He gets torn apart.
That's true.
That's what is said.
Torn apart.
They ripped him to pieces.
He hears blood-curdling
Yes.
screams.
Exactly. You hear the scream.
In the night. Oh, my... This is the scariest moment in a Goosebumps book yet. By hands down.
I want to rewind a little bit, not to take away from that, but I wrote down in my notes very early on, the rabid animal attack, first real cliffhanger.
Yes.
I was waiting for the moment where they're like, then they stood up and they were all counselors pretending to be monsters, but like,
No, they're at a random campsite waiting to be picked up and walking. I said they said they stood on hind legs. Monster cat things start attacking them.
First appearance of a gun in a Goosebumps book.
yeah, and it's fired off twice.
There is a gun. Oh, okay. So we're jumping to the end. When the gun came out, I lost my mind.
I'm drinking a beer, by the way, for Chad's birthday.
I'm having a
This is
wine.
in the beginning of the book. When those things show up, Uncle
You're
Al
right.
shoots them.
You're right.
Yeah, Uncle Al shoots into the air. He shoots into the air, Dom. He doesn't kill any.
No, he made the bullets come back.
He's got Australian boomerang bullets in that thing. Those are illegal in America, dude.
Oh man, Uncle Al was rubbing me the
Yeah,
wrong
dude,
way.
not illegal on Camp Nightmare, brah.
And then Uncle Al laughs, and then everybody laughs, and then the clapping begins, and it's revealed that Billy passed the test, and suddenly we're in a David Fincher film called The Game, and it's Billy's birthday party.
It is the bullets, the gun's not real, and everyone's in on it but Billy. You made the better reference by saying The Game. I was going to say it's that terrible reality show Joe Schmo, where only one guy was not in on it.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I never saw that show.
Here's what I think it's important to bring up. It's a premise for a reality show of what if we did, Real World / The Bachelor, yada yada, all these competitions. It was during the height of reality TV.
Right.
And if everyone was in on it but one random guy, it sounds fucking hilarious, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
wouldn't it be funny to see
definitely.
this guy just kind of being manipulated by everyone else? They didn't really do anything. And the whole time you're kind of watching, you're like, well, this is not nearly as rewarding now that I'm just watching a guy be used and manipulated. It's a slight twinge of that in this ending.
There was a great Reddit post where a guy came up with an idea for a reality show, and he said that it was a show about a bunch of, I think it was about a bunch of gay guys, and I'm going to butcher this.
You've already hit ratings gold, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I'm interested.
It's about a bunch of gay guys, and they have to do, I forget exactly what they had to do, but basically the twist was that there were straight guys in there, and they had to figure out which ones were the straight guys. But the twist was that every guy was straight, and it was just an excuse to make a bunch of straight guys act like gay guys on TV.
Wait,
and do
what?
as much, dude. It was. I have to find it. I couldn't do it. It was brilliant. It was this brilliant idea to basically just trick a bunch of straight dudes into going over the top and putting themselves in situations they probably never
Are
would.
you telling me
and
that
then
they would all show up for the first day of the reality show, and the host would be like, "Welcome to Gay House," and they would just see if any of them react to it?
But the idea was there's a couple straight plants in the house, and that you have to figure out who the straight guys are and kick them off. But then it turns out that all of them are straight, and they're all trying to kick off the other guys. They're trying to figure it out. It was brilliant. It was
I think that show would work really well because, guys, walls down, dudes would blow each other.
That's what we want to see. I think that's what
Why
we all
not?
really want to see. Well, at some point, what would it be? It'd be like, you'd get to a point where I think Jeremy's the fucking straight guy. No, I'm not. Then blow me. That would have been where it would have built up, and the two guys who aren't into it would have done it.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
I found it.
Okay.
11 gay men and 1 straight man are locked in the house. The object is for the gay men to find out who isn't gay. Once a week, someone gets outvoted until 2 are left. or the straight man is out. If the gays manage to outvote him, they win $1 million. If the straight man is among the two last people in the house in the end, he wins $1 million. Now, here's the twist. Okay. None of the men are actually gay. They just all think that there's one straight man.
They're the one straight man.
This
is amazing.
It's brilliant.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem offensive to any gender. I'm sure someone would be, but it seems like it could be genuinely a really fun show to play with people's conceptions. I think
it's a lot. I think it's more like picking on some straight dudes, which I like.
Which I'm into.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to figure out what you weigh on Mars fast, but how? You're about to give up when you notice a flashing sign. It reads, the gravity on Mars is almost 40% of what it is on Earth.
Oh, God, this is math.
Okay, now you can figure it out. Multiply your real Earth weight by 4. Now drop off the last digit. For example,
if
you weigh 90 pounds, 90 times 4 equals 360. Dropping off the last digit, you get 36 for your weight on Mars. If you don't want to do the math, you can leave it to luck. Just guess.
What? What is happening?
Okay.
Wait. Also,
right.
Is that math? Is that math accurate?
They're asking for your real Earth weight.
Right. So our actual weights.
So your weight, the reader, and then you do this math, and then you make your choice. But you can guess, and here's what your choices are. If you think your Mars weight is 37 to 20, or if you think your Mars weight is 37 to 39, go to page 53.
What?
If you think your Mars weight is less than 37 or more than 39, go to page 22.
What?
Here's the best part. Here's the best part of this. He did not factor in that adults would play this.
No, not
yes.
at all.
And we're going to win.
But also, like, is a choice being made based on what our actual weight is? As a
kid, yeah.
I will point out that the second option seems to be the one that clearly misses, right? Because one is either less than the weight or more than the weight.
Right.
So that would be the one that gets you out of it.
But, I'll tell you right now, my Mars weight is definitely more than 39 pounds.
Well, then I think we have to turn to page 22. What do you guys say?
I want to figure out what our Mars weights are, though, just for the record. If that's
Hold on, what was
what
was the math again?
90 times 4 and then drop off the last digit.
No, that was only if your weight is 90, right? If you're a 90
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Do your weight times 4.
Oh, this is going to be really embarrassing. Times 4 and you drop off the digit. That seems such a weird way to figure out 40% of something.
I'm gonna do the math right now.
Oh, good Lord. I am not supposed to be reading this book. Good Lord. If that's correct.
I'm 74 pounds.
Paul?
I'm 64 pounds on Mars.
Did I do something fucking wrong? I'm 108 pounds. Wait, something's wrong.
We're using Chad's weight. That's going to get us out of this shit.
All right, we're turning to page 22. What do you guys say?
Jesus Christ, yes.
At the OC County Fair, there was a large horse and a small horse you could see. And I think it was like 50 cents to go or $1.
Wait, was the small horse 50 cents or the horse was $1?
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should have been. But those greedy carnies, they charge $1 for both.
Damn.
Yeah, no deals either.
Twice for that one horse. For that mini horse, you're paying 2 times. Wow.
Give you $1.50 to see both. No,
there's some families. Nice. There's some families who are like, we're not going to pay for no small horse. We're going to pay for the one big horse, and we're going to see all we need to see. We'll move on. We'll
see that. Right, let me see that big horse.
Let me see that big horse. All right. Okay. I can see. Now what he does is you just look at the big horse, and the thrifty dad starts walking farther and farther away until the perspective is that the horse is smaller.
That's brilliant.
I've now seen the small horse.
That's smart.
You fair. I'm smart, Dad.
Hey. hey. Fair hacks. We got fair hacks.
Welcome to Goosebuds, your podcast about fair hacks. Hey, did you know that if you pretend to be a clown, you can walk into the fairgrounds for free? Yes, you have to be a clown the whole time, but you're not going to have to pay for that entrance fee. Fair hacks.
Fair hacks. I love it. Cotton candy, it's good, right? You buy it you get the cone at the end. What do you do with the cone? It's start a fire with it. Start a fire.
Big fake cigarette. If you want to pretend to smoke a big cigarette, it could do that.
Or a really funny big joint. Mm-hmm. It would be really funny to be like, that would be funny too.
Uh-huh. Hey, another fair hack. Mickey behind the Tilton Whirl. I'll tell you right now, he's got some meth. Some magic rocks that'll make you feel
You
real
can-
good. He'll always be
Fair
named
hack.
Mickey.
Fair hack.
hacks.
Every fair has meth.
As a meth guy behind the Tilt-A-Whirl. Guys, I still have The Mask pulled up on IMDb.
Oh,
because
why
wouldn't you? I love all facts about The Mask, and I love staring at 19-year-old Cameron Diaz. Looking at the writer of The Mask, you would be surprised. So, besides writing The Mask, he also wrote Face Off, another film about things coming on and off faces. Also wrote Darkman 3, Die Darkman Die. Also,
It's so specific.
it's all specific to
Just
people.
come to, I'm like,
Faces.
I know you get
We're gonna write
pigeonholed
this
as a
movie.
writer.
I got a face guy.
Be like, guys, we need a writer for Darkman 3. Who's going to do it? Be like, well, I know the guy who did The Mask. Beautiful, love it. Let's do it.
Can he work with bandages? All right.
Oh my God!
Is he ready to do the third movie of this series?
Oh man, I'm losing my mind now because I also saw he co-created a show that was at Cartoon Network called Unnatural History that no one ever watched, but that's weird to see. But his other main credit, not at all related to Faces, unless I'm forgetting the plot of that movie, Firehouse Dog.
What?
Firehouse Dog.
Fuck is that?
Fa-
I mean, I guess it's self-explanatory.
It's a 2007 film. Rex, Hollywood's top canine star, gets lost and is adopted into a shabby firehouse. He teams up with a young kid to get the station back on its feet.
Holy
This might be
shit.
shocking, but he is not a Dalmatian.
No. And he's got
Is it
some
weird-
cool ass shades.
Is it weird that like my knee jerk reaction is to say, why doesn't the dog just tell him he's famous?
You were discussing a culling.
We were just driving to get burgers, and it comes up in conversation sometimes, you know?
Yeah, you're like,
was it to get burgers? Yeah, I think it may have been burgers, but it may have been on the way to Hateful Eight, which I think it may have.
Oh, that's right. It was also about, meat in a way, but like man meat.
I was going to say, like, you know who else is like swine? Humans.
Humans are like
Yes.
swine. It was basically like, man, there's too many people on Earth. We need to do something about it. And we just
what were
jumped-
your, shall I say, master plans
I think it
to
was.
cull the earth?
I don't want to put my culling plan in Dom's mouth, so to speak. But I think mine was 40% of the Earth, least important, least necessary, goes immediately.
That
Knowing
I'd love
that
to know your
I might-
criteria.
Knowing
for
that I don't. Here's the thing. I know that I might be in part of the 40%. Very likely part of the 40%. And I think the idea was you'd send out a census, like some sort of amazing test to everyone on Earth, and you don't tell them it's for the culling. You just say it's really important. And immediately, if you don't do the test, you're part of the 40%. So that's
like
gets
a
like
death note.
Like,
You're
it's a
sending
death note. Like if you don't care enough about this important thing sent by like the president of the world, then you don't deserve to pick it past the culling. So then 40% of the lowest people just get killed over like I think we were saying I was saying
Rocks.
immediately rocks.
They're thrown off.
I think
cliffs
giant
and onto rocks.
I think giant scythe robots just come down. This is make it real cool. And then you give 20% the ability to make it. Like they're on like probation and they have
Oh, so
to,
we're getting into like a Hunger Games situation here. We're gonna
yeah,
have,
though I don't
okay,
think
cool.
it's like an arena. I think it's more like, hey, can you grow corn real good? Like, hey, whatever we need to do to make the world better, you got to prove yourself and get past that bubble.
That's not as sexy as the Hunger Games scenario.
All right, we could do a bunch of Hunger Games or Maze Runners, if you will.
Giant
Or
arena
Running
battle.
Mans.
Yeah,
Or-
Running Mans. That's what I want. Yes,
Why is
yes,
the
yes.
Running Man not a movie again?
I
It's
know.
right.
It should be. It should absolutely be remade.
We talk about this all the time. The Running Man is like the one 80s movie that should be remade because it's so perfect. It's the best film. I love it so much.
It's awesome. My culling plan was everyone gets a test, and everyone knows it's the culling. Fair game. It says at the top. The culling test.
Heads up in big 36-point font. Hey, heads up, the culling's here.
Yeah, the first page is just the title page. The
Okay.
culling test.
Okay.
And you take a test, And if you score below a certain grade, you are then this is some dark stuff. We're treading into dark territory,
you were
guys.
nicer in your culling than I was. I was immediate death.
Well, here's what I say. Here's what I say we should do. Here's my evil plan if any one person gets in charge. You do the test. If you score below a certain percentage, you get a vasectomy or whatever. What do they call it when a
snip
woman,
snip?
Yeah. Oh, the snip on the woman.
I don't think
anyway, so that you can't.
Tubes tied, right?
Tubes tied.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so you can't, which is weird because it makes it sound like a woman's body is like an engine,
Like a balloon. It
some
sounds like a
sort.
balloon. Like you're gonna tie, like make like a little poodle out of her
yeah,
out of her
I think
vagina
the term,
tubes.
I think the term is like gutty glued. I think you get gutty glued.
Oh, that's sick.
Well, so you score below a certain percentage. You can't have children. That is no longer an option. But you get to live out the rest of your days on Earth you are employed. You have some kind of job. And you're well treated. And you have a home to live in. But you eventually die and you don't have children.
Right.
See, I think yours is nicer.
Yours is nicer, but it's more set for a uprising.
Exactly what I
Yeah,
said.
see, that's what Chad said. That's what
Yeah.
Chad
My
said.
first thought was, nope, gotta take him out quick. Like,
Yeah,
that was-
Chad's is gonna cut off the problem right away.
yeah.
Okay, so when you're taking the test, there's one guy at the front of the room who's got a rocket launcher, and you can't. If you move, he shoots. The Culling, ladies and gentlemen,
The Culling.
coming to a theater near you.
I think I would add that, like, during the culling, we hire the band The Calling to perform their only hit "Wherever You Will Go" from Smallville, and then just play it over the speakers that play over the country.
Hey, and I think like at least 5% of people will kill themselves thanks to that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Joe. Okay, wait, real quick. Off the top of your head, what's the name of the alien you're trying to track down?
Mithra Dithra.
I knew it too.
Okay, good. I'm glad
I'll
we're
never
all-
forget.
I'm glad we're all taking notes.
I need to. I'm thinking it might be a Xenu scenario, and I am excited. So
Okay. Become an investigator of aliens? You bet, you exclaim. Ginny and Chuck nod enthusiastically. Great, Grandma beams at you. I'm going to go after Mithra Dithra, but I need you to stay on this train. You try to hide your disappointment. Can't we go with you to defeat the evil alien, you ask? Grandma shakes her head. I need you to track another set of aliens. You see, I discovered why there are so many aliens on this train. They're all heading for a big meetup a few miles up. A giant fuck party.
no.
Chuck lets out a low whistle. Like some kind of alien convention, he asks? No, a fuck party, she explains. In a way, Grandma smiles. They meet every few years on a centrally located planet. This year, they're coming to Earth. Ginny shudders. To do what? Ginny leans forward. Grandma leans forward. That's what I need you three to find out. All right, you guys are heading to the alien meeting.
Let's go.
Ginny, and Chuck arrive at the alien meeting. Grandma has given each of you a disguise. You think your two blue heads look really cool, but unfortunately, this assignment turns out to be totally boring. It really is a convention. These aliens get together to vote on galaxy parking rules, real estate taxes, and planetary trade pacts.
What? Nah, fuck you.
It's so dull, both of your blue heads fall asleep. The 5 armed orange security guard has to throw you out. Your snoring is disturbing the guest speaker. Oh well, sometimes even aliens turn out to be dull in the end.
What?
Are you kidding me?
You think it's supposed to be the most interesting thing, and they give you nothing. They give you
Kidding me?
They give you nothing.
Did he
Are
just
you
call,
kidding me? We just read this whole fucking book.
He just called us a baby for not
called
going to
you a
see
baby
that
for
fucking
not
boring ass
doing it.
convention.
There was virtually nothing you could have done. There's nothing.
I feel tricked. I feel like this was some kind of prank that RL himself has set up.
This is a prank book.
There's like nothing you could have done to not
This is
have
one of those
a
prank
shitty
books where the book tells you "fuck you."
It wasn't even like anything interesting details to the convention. It was just like, yeah, they talk about parking rules, whatever, fuck it.
Hey, speaking about punching, man, I gotta pick up where we left off last time.
Sure.
The culling.
The culling.
I realize
thinking
now,
about it.
as pointed out by Banjo Story on our subreddit, that my plan was just eugenics.
I said that to you.
No, you knew this. We pointed this out to you when we talked about it. It's like, Dom, this is basically eugenics. And you're like, yeah, kill them all.
Yeah, and I was like, that's the only way. That's the only way we can survive. No, I changed my plan.
Oh,
Right?
okay.
I realized the bad of it.
Let's hear it.
Please,
What's your new
go
plan?
on. Yeah.
All right, everybody's going to get a test.
Okay.
And we're going to go favorite ice cream flavor.
Oh, okay.
fuck.
You
Ask the question. No, ask the question now, and let's answer it and say how me and Chad would do.
Okay. all
Okay.
right. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Chad,
Paul, you go first. Paul, you go first.
We
I'm
already
scared.
lost. We already failed it by doing that.
Fuck. Okay, hold
Both
on.
cold.
All right,
Both
hold on.
cold.
Chocolate peanut butter combo.
Oh, that's a great one.
It's a good flavor.
Oh, fuck. That's Chad. Very
Yeah,
close.
I'll see you on the other side of the purge, Paul.
Very close. I'm gonna have to change. I'm going different though. Mint chocolate chip.
Oh boy,
You know
is
what?
Close.
Peanut butter chocolate sounds pretty good.
Oh, shit.
Mint chocolate chip is good. Mint chocolate chip is good, but I don't like it all the time. So, Paul, you
Cold.
can come on over.
Wait.
Chad, you're getting cold.
Wait,
I don't want you
Wait,
cutting
what?
in on my chocolate.
Why? Wait, what? Wait, because I'm gonna eat your ice cream?
You thought he wanted you to side with him, but what he really wanted was his own fucking ice cream hoard to be safe.
Yeah, dude, can't you see the color of my skin? I'm white.
Wait, so you're basically saying everyone who enjoys like Neapolitan is gonna survive?
I am inherently evil, is what I'm saying.
Okay, okay. I wasn't sure what you're.
And I'm just looking to be greedy, even if that means culling my own friends just for ice cream.
Okay, that's pretty.
He's trying to do a good white job.
Yeah.
Just doing one white job.
You know, while we're talking about eugenics, I think it's time for me to pitch my own idea. I'm going to double down on the culling. Guys, wouldn't it be great, and you've probably heard this before, wouldn't it be great if everyone lived the lives they have, but the government was like, hey, you over there, you invented Elon Musk. You're super smart. And you over there, you're this champion female weightlifter. You're the top physical prime of your entire sport. You two need to have a baby. And then, like, you get, like, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt, you're handsome and an amazing actor. Benjamin
Wait,
Button
are we
was the top
doing
of our
eugenics
field.
again? Are we
No,
going down?
no. All I'm saying is you do that, and you're like, Brad Pitt, you, plus Gloria Steinem, you guys have a kid together. You can have the rest of your lives, but we're going to take your babies and put them in a super soldier program. Is that
Now you're doing Brave New World.
kind of?
Chad,
Yes.
I am into celebrity eugenics just for the fun of it.
Yeah, right?
But super soldiers is where I draw the line.
Like, let's just see what happens. Like, maybe we get a psychic class.
You know what happens, Chad? Rocky 4 happens, and then we lose Apollo Creed. Okay?
Is
that what you wanna do?
Are you saying Ivan Drago was a
he's
super soldier?
Yes.
Okay, that's actually pretty stands out.
I'm sorry. I was just reading. I'm just reading how serious people are taking our culling plans.
Oh my
Anyone
god, yeah.
Anyone have a favorite culling plan? I like Dom's, but I do recognize the potential for revolt.
Hey, and honestly, you guys brought it up. It's a good point because not only would it be, pretty bad for some people, but it is eugenics.
It is. Yes. Okay. So
But here's the thing. This is off the record. Here's the thing. Eugenics at its core is an interesting idea as long as you're not murdering folks, which is why the government should pay money to certain alpha people to make super babies. That's all I'm saying.
I'm into it just for S's and G's,
Right.
For S's and G's, shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's just see what happens. As long as everyone's okay with it.
Yeah,
or as Dom likes to say, for stuffed crust and goofy breads.
Yeah, I love a goofy bread, dude. Give me goofy bread.
I don't even know if that's a real thing. I made
I
that.
don't
That's
think
something you
so.
can get at Disneyland. It's a secret item. Goofy's bread.
Goofy's bread. I don't like that at all.
Dude, it's got fucking raisins and orange peels in it. It's good.
Shitty bread with all the extra shit in it.
It's just a chef throws whatever's in the trash into some bread loaf and he goes, "It's Goofy bread."
It's goofy bread.
Dude, Goofy's bread is a real secret item. I've had it once and it was really good.
I don't know if you're lying or not. I don't know if you're
you
making
can only get it in Toontown, and now Toontown's disappearing. So I wonder if
What?
I am lying.
What are you saying? Are you just wait? Goofy bread,
Goofy's bread is a real item you can get at this.
I don't
and
believe
it has
it.
raisins and oranges.
The orange peel.
What? No, that's not true.
Yeah, because it's like Goofy. He made a bad loaf, you know? It's good, though. You can only get it in Toontown, and they're destroying that for Star Wars Land.
I legitimately can't tell if you're lying or not. This is really blowing my mind.
Well, I mean, I just
Goofy
don't.
guy.
I guess we'll probably never really know.
I guess I'll go to Disneyland and just ask for that, and every single person I see for about 3 hours until I'm thrown out. I'll ask for
You have
Goofy's
to ask specifically, not for Goofy bread, for Goofy's bread.
Oh, sorry, brewed owned by Goofy, and then I'll find
Yeah, Goofy made it.
and then I'll find the real Goofy and go up to him in his costume and be like, I'm here for the bread. And he'll be like,
Chad.
oh my God, the signal. All prisoners shall be released. And then he takes me into the underground passages of Disneyland going, hey, this kid asked for Goofy's bread. It's time. He's the chosen one.
It's baked. It's baked in the under the Matterhorn in the lava pits.
Okay.
Chad,
This lore-
you have to go and check this out because I am angry that I can't vet this thing right now.
Okay, we'll go and we'll check this out.
Goofy's bread. You guys who work at Disneyland or you've worked there before, confirm it's real.
Okay.
I have a great story about the show. So when
Please
the show
share.
first came out, my friend Kelly, my friend who I'm actually writing, we wrote a fantasy book together when we were young, and we're actually like rewriting it now that we're adults, and we're not just writing a ripoff of Harry Potter and Animorphs. But we both loved Animorphs, and we got together to watch the first episode of the show. Like first day it came out, we were so excited. Like got home from school, we went to her house, we took every Animorphs book that we owned and made it into like a pathway from like
What?
their upstairs to like the television, just for no reason. Just for like no reason.
Like an art gallery.
Like an art gallery, yeah. So we made our own like event. So we like were waiting for the show to start. She's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and she like runs upstairs, and I'm like just like I'm gonna like fuck with her. It's gonna be so funny. And so she goes upstairs, and I'm like, oh, it's starting, and I hear her like falling down the stairs. Like watch this terrible, and like she like nearly like hurts herself. She's like half dressed, and she gets downstairs. I'm like, I'm just kidding, and she was so mad. It was so funny. But like the best part is that after all that like fanfare, the show was so bad.
It's really bad. It's a really bad TV show.
I think we ended up like just turning it off and just being like, well, and we just started playing GoldenEye. Like, we just played GoldenEye until like midnight. Like we just like
coolest
forgot
kids.
about it.
Holly stuff. Holly, do you want to tell everyone where they can find all of your amazing things?
Oh yeah. I'm just Commander Holly everywhere except for Twitter. On Twitter, I'm Holly Conrad. Because
Who the hell has
my
Commander
name.
Holly?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I could have taken Commander Holly, but Holly Conrad got verified, so I can't really like change it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Once
So
you
it's
get the
fine.
check.
I could change. I probably could change, but like whatever. I mean, it's.
I didn't realize we were talking to a check park person.
Oh,
Yeah, you're verified.
Oh yeah.
You're really listening to Holly's.
I like-
real person.
I never click on the like little verified thing at all because I'm like I feel like
Does it
it's
do
it's
something?
like yeah. There's a little you get another tab that says
What?
verified. So
What? What?
So it's only verified people talking to you.
Breaking news! Breaking news! I didn't know about this. There's a whole other world.
There's a part of the internet they're keeping from us.
Yeah, you
Quick,
only
Dom,
get it.
Dom, you have to turn into a championship horse, and we'll get in there.
I want it.
You guys.
Oh my god, it's
work into
horrifying. It's all
Twitter.
like horse penis first. It's just a horse penis coming out of Dom's
All I
head.
knew was the penis.
That's just horrifying. Dom, I'm going to share with you the future of entertainment.
Okay.
Now, you and I are both entrepreneuring, that's not a word, but young men who...
Entrepreneurists.
Yeah, entrepreneurists. It's my favorite indie band, the Entrepreneurists. I cannot stress in how much everything we try to do, I think, is create entertainment, make people laugh.
Yes.
Tell stories on a lot of stuff. Talk about stories, yada yada.
Yes.
My dream, I would say, for my career is to be able to make a really great animated series with a narrative that you care about, and it moves people. I am here to tell you that those dreams and anything you might have shared similar to that are dead because the future of children's entertainment is here. And I am going to send you a link to it right now. And anyone who wants to look this up, it's a genre of entertainment called Spider-Man and Elsa videos.
Okay, all right. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up.
So as you pull it up, I'll describe it since this is an audio podcast. It is a wonderful world of YouTube videos made by multiple people, some in Russia, some in looks like Alabama, some just in a black void of a desert, where humans who should know better, adults, dress up in bad Spider-Man and Elsa costumes and pretend to be like a couple that are married. And then other badly costumed characters. And this is not professional cosplay. This is like what you got at the costume store and just put on your body.
Oh my God, I'm watching it right now.
As public domain music just plays over what would make Laurel and Hardy type videos seem incredibly deep and intense. Like,
no, this is awful, and I can see why kids watch.
Like, it's just no dialogue. It's just people mugging to the camera. Where like, oh, hey, a guy with a horrifying plastic Hulk mask comes in with a soccer ball. And he sees a snake. Oh, no, there's a snake on the ground. And then the Hulk freaks out, and then he runs out of the door into Spider-Man, and Spider-Man falls down into a pie. Like, it's just that type of video for 10 minutes long.
Okay, Chad, you spoiled the video for me because I'm watching it, and the snake to prank Hulk was just introduced. And now that whole thing, Spider-Man got spooked. Oh, he's spooked. Like, he can't believe it.
I cannot stress how much you need to look up all of these videos. There are hundreds of them.
Oh, the one I'm looking at, which was posted April 18th of this month, that was, we are recording on the 25th because sadly we recorded this episode and it got lost.
Yeah, this is a second
sadly it got lost. Not sadly we recorded this episode, but sadly it got lost. This video is a week old. It has 6.5 million views. And as I said that, Spider Woman, maybe?
Yeah, it's just
put a fake snake on Elsa, which she just showed Elsa, and she got scared by it. This is the worst thing in the world. I hate this.
I'm trying to explain it to you. Like, you think like, oh, this is probably, you're not understanding listening to this how bad this is. Imagine your parents, like, did a weird sex thing where they put on costumes of characters that have no reason to be together, and then they just shot a video in one take. With whatever props they have around. Like, hey, here's a fake burger. I guess we could do 5 minutes where Spider-Man makes a burger for Elsa and then they fall down. Here's the thing. Each of these videos, millions of views. I am not exaggerating, and I did some research. This genre, again, this is a genre now because multiple people are making this. This genre seems to be getting roughly 500 to 600 million views a month.
Oh my God, dude. I see the one, Spider-Man and Frozen Elsa versus Joker with Pink Spider-Girl, Anna, and Batman superhero fun in real life, and then a smiley face emoticon. 91 million views. Holy shit, the one underneath that has 280 million views.
These are
no, I'm sorry, that's 280,000.
Let me tell you about this one. This is my favorite. Spider-Man, Frozen Elsa, and Pink Spider-Girl with Doctor Spider-Baby is sick. Superheroes in real life. And now I want to point out that Spider-Baby is just a guy in a Miles Morales Spider-Man outfit. But no one seems to be acknowledging that that's Miles Morales. That's just another suit they got online.
I like that there is a character called Pink Spider-Girl.
Pink Spider-Girl?
Her first name is Pink.
When do you think Pink Spider-Girl is going to show up in the MCU? The Marvel Cinematic Universe? Oh,
soon. Very soon.
I hope.
If it makes money, Disney's going to go, fucking, hey, we should get on this Pink Spider-Girl shit.
Because from what I can tell, Pink Spider-Girl, she's mostly attacked by phallic snakes and is pregnant. That's what I'm sending you right now is the ultrasound of Pink Spider-Girl, and spoilers, inside her stomach is the Joker.
No. Oh my God, no! Why is this the thing? This has 35 million views.
I know that there's nothing inappropriate happening in these videos. This feels like porn.
Yeah,
right?
it feels like porn the way it's produced. Also, almost I would say 75% of the shots are blown out. You can't see anything but the dumb characters in their awful outfits that they bought at the frickin' Party City or something.
Like honestly, if at one point Spider-Girl just started blowing up, inflating, I would not be that surprised.
If my children were watching this, I would cancel the internet. I would call up the internet and say, I don't want it anymore. Turn it off. I gotta have a child be an actual person.
Wait, can we talk more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Pink Spider-Girl? Just like, would it be, the Infinity Gems are mostly assembled by Thanos, right?
Yeah.
And there's only one left, the Time Gem, theoretically the most powerful of them all, I would say. And in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? At this point now, there's like 20 characters in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out in 2022. They're like, we need to go to the Time Gem. We need to go to the Pink Crystal Castle. And there is Pink Spider-Girl, the most powerful character in the MCU.
The most powerful character in the MCU, dude. Pink. Oh my God, that's Pink Spider-Girl.
Pink Spider-Girl. And all she does to fight is get pregnant.
She gets pregnant and has a spider child.
I want to point out right now, Pink Spider-Girl, in one of the videos I'm watching, she's now had her baby, even though they showed the baby was the Joker. For some reason, now it's just a normal baby. God.
Well, these videos do this thing where they fade to black and then they fade up on just some other shit that's going on.
They really just showed it, whatever.
The first video, all the great snake gags were happening.
Oh, God.
And then it faded up on just a cat.
Oh, Pink Spider-Girl is nursing right now. Oh, God. Oh, God. Your children are watching this. 40 million people have watched Pink Spider-Girl pregnant nursing. She's eating pickles. I guess because she's pregnant.
Remember when you were a kid and you were like, gosh, I watched this one show one time. It was like Kangaroo. Like, it wasn't Kangaroos. It was
Captain Kangaroo?
It was like koala bears and they like played tennis and it was like,
I don't
God,
remember
it was on
this.
Nick Jr. in the morning. I don't know. Yeah, it was like this show.
Oh, you mean Kangaroo Court, which was a weird double entendre of kangaroos that play tennis, but also it was a kangaroo court.
This is koala. I said wrong. Not kangaroos, koala bears.
I'm so
Do you
sorry.
remember this koala bear show that you played on Nick Jr.? I'm pretty sure it was like some kind of anime that they overdubbed. Anyway, that's what I watched as a kid. And it's one of the shows that I watched as a kid. But the memories that these children will have will be like, do you guys remember like the Marvel movie where Pink Spider-Girl had Joker's baby?
There were like a bunch of kids talking about like, no, that's definitely a movie. I remember seeing it.
No, that happened. That's a scene in something. Spider-Man throws a snake on the Hulk, and the Hulk gets scared and he runs out.
Here's the worst part. I've clicked through this. I went down this dark web. This really feels like illegal to watch. Mostly all adults. Every once in a while, a real child will be in these, like dressed like a tiny Elsa. It feels illegal. It feels illegal to have these children in these videos.
Well, it probably is. I mean, they're making money off them. They're probably reporting this money to the government, and they're probably not paying these children.
They need an on-set tutor.
Or filling out proper child labor forms, or giving them their required 3 hours of school each day.
You need an on-set tutor to at least tutor these kids for three hours at least, and also the tutor will be dressed like the Green Goblin.
Yes, he will. He will be dressed like the Green Goblin. If you don't do this, guys, you know what's going to happen. You're gonna have an accident on set. Do you know where I went?
I don't know where you went, but I'll just tell you right now. Spider-Man's head turned into poop for no reason, and now there's a giant poop mask. And I don't know why. I honestly think this is avant-garde cinema.
Hold on, and also another thing. Did you have to look up the fact that full moons apparently last more than one night?
Well, that's not true, though, is it? I thought it was like...
No, it's not. It's not an actual full...
Yeah, like one night it's a full moon, and then like the next night it's like
a sliver.
15th, 16th of a full moon or something.
Yeah, and then like I had to look it up, and people were like, well, it kind of looks like one. And then I think the dad actually says something about how the full moon will be gone in a couple days. And I was like, what are you fucking talking about?
Okay, all right. This is an interesting thing to bring up. Yeah. And I will say this. As soon as you mention this, the idea... that it has to be a full moon for a werewolf to transform is kind of stupid.
Yes.
Well, Unless we're saying that werewolves, because it always acts like the moon's rays will hit the werewolf and turn him into a werewolf.
Right.
Like, that theoretically would then mean that anytime the moon shines on anyone, it turns them into a werewolf, they're a werewolf.
Yeah.
Unless
so
it's saying,
only no moons would work then.
Yeah, unless they're saying that werewolves are on kind of a cosmic occult scale where it needs to be when the planets align, and a full moon is just the sign that the planets are in alignment, even though it's just a planet and a moon.
Right.
The idea is crazy. I've never thought about that, Paul. Like, a half moon should also work, or turn them into at least a half werewolf.
Right. Right.
What is this arbitrary rule made up by book writers?
And a moon doesn't give off light. It's actually just sunlight bouncing off the moon.
Yeah.
So technically, they should always be a werewolf.
Yeah, werewolves are kind of bullshit. If not, what's on this moon that's turning werewolves into werewolves?
I think we just proved that werewolves suck.
I think we just came up with a great sci-fi concept of like them. Wait, has anyone ever written this or not? This is brilliant.
Oh, I don't know.
Like astronauts are on the moon and they discover that the moon has like an element on it that's essentially causes like lycanthropy. Like it causes werewolves, and they're like, oh my god, on Earth, moon's rays would totally create a magnifying effect because it's the sun bouncing off this element.
Oh my god, I would tell you to write this down, but we're already recording it, so it's just already pre-written down.
Wait, Paul, moon, werewolf planet is a book that I will start writing with you immediately.
Moon,
werewolf
planet, parentheses, it's Earth.
Dodger, do you have anything you would do to change this book?
I think that it was just pure gold from start to finish.
Oh, nice. A glowing recommendation.
Yeah.
Dodger, can I ask what are the Goosebumps books that you read when you did have a chance?
If you can remember.
I don't even remember,
or anything
honestly.
that
I think one of them was I believe one of them was there's a thing in my closet sort of story.
Okay.
We haven't hit that one yet.
I honestly I don't remember my Goosebumps past very well.
What series of books for children did you read instead of those? Like which ones were your parents okay with?
I read lots of Sonic the Hedgehog comic books.
Yes. Wait. Why have we never talked about this? What?
My very first Sonic the Hedgehog comic was issue number 13, and I collected them up until like 140 something.
Wow.
Why have we not been talking about this? I started at 0.
You started at 0? Oh,
I had
man.
0. I read it so many times that I stapled the cover back on, effectively ruining the value of the number 0.
I tried so hard to convince my mom to let me. You know how some of the issues had the little flyers in them that were like, order back issues.
Oh, I always wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh man, since I started at 13, I should order the ones before 13. And I never got it done, man. I would have the perfect set now.
How much
I
do you
also
think?
kept all of my comics in like a weird milk crate. So,
yes, I did too.
oh, sick. So they like kind of bend just a little bit because they don't quite fit in there perfectly.
Oh yeah, I mean you're probably gonna miss. Okay, I'm looking at this like Sonic the Hedgehog number 0 selling for like $3 on eBay. We didn't miss out on too much.
Okay, phew.
Yeah, there's not that much value behind them.
But it's a comic that you got to read the fun part of. The first like 40 are just like womp womp womp. What if Sonic goes into someone's body? What if like Sonic gets into a reality show comic? Like whatever.
What if they find a Robot Sally in the woods?
Robot Sally in the woods. That'd be funny. And then just suddenly goes down this dark turn of like, what if everyone died?
Dude,
it
got way too serious at a certain point, like to the point where they just rebooted it.
Yes. So like the fight, the number 50 is Sonic and Eggman fight for the fabric of reality, and then Robotnik fires off what they call like the ultimate annihilator, and it wipes reality.
Oh my god!
And then Sally's like in a coma. It gets real.
Oh
you know
my
what
gosh.
I did really love was the whole, and I know there's lots of drama around this in the Sonic comic community, but I really loved the miniseries of Knuckles and his whole family.
Yes.
And all of that. There's so much drama around it, but at the time when I was reading it, I was like, "Oh my god, I love this! I love
Wait,
everything
can we spend 5 minutes on? Are we talking about the Ken Penders thing?
Yes.
Wait, all right. I think we'll explain it. I'm surprised we haven't talked about this on Goosebuds somehow already. So I'll explain this at least to Dom.
Okay.
And Dodger, jump in when I'm missing details, because I just saw him at Comic-Con. I look for him every year at Comic-Con, and I talk to him.
Just to be like, hey, buddy, how does it feel to not be with the rest of the Sonic creators?
He's still selling his original Knuckles Echidna character books, like highly illegal. So Ken Penders is a guy who like wrote and sometimes drew for Sonic the Hedgehog for like 8 years.
Okay.
And he definitely did a whole period of time where there was a Knuckles miniseries. There was like a soap opera. That's the one Dodger's talking about, where there was like a full giant family tree. It's like Laura Sue and Neon Da. And
oh
like
my God, so many characters came out of the woodwork. It was like Knuckles like finding his family and all this shit.
There's a whole city of echidnas, and they all are super hard to distinguish until someone goes, "You're Leon Da." I'm like, oh, I guess it's that one.
So they're all Knuckles looking guys.
They all look like Knuckles. They might have different dreads. That's about it. Like,
okay.
It's so hard to tell. It was a full drama for years. Ken Penders like leaves Archie Comics, the publisher, and then insists that he still owns all of the characters he created. Like, so he thinks he owns all of those Knuckles Echidna characters and starts writing his...
Yeah. He thinks that all of the characters beyond Knuckles are like... that he has the right to do whatever he wants with them. And Archie Comics is like, no, you created those characters while you were working for us, and we published them. And he's like, no... This is mine. I made this.
This is my family.
I have this deep tapestry. So recently, I guess assuming you stopped reading them, Dodgers, I don't know about this. There's been lawsuits for years. Ken Penders still goes to like to Comic-Con and like sells his books. He has his own original characters. Like there's this weird like sci-fi Asian future girl that he writes all the time that was also in Sonic the Hedgehog, and I didn't understand until now why it was in it. He just put his own original like OC in the book, right? He still writes and sells them. There's legislation. So Archie recently just said, you know what? Fuck it. We're wiping our hands of all this. And there's a comic about 2 years ago where a new character, a Tasmanian devil, shows up. And he has a... Dodger, you know about this?
No.
Oh, it's the best ending to all of us. They're just like so fucking sick of Ken Penders and all this stuff. The Taz character...
Oh, wait, they like nuked everybody, right?
The Taz character... I'm just going to call him Taz. He was basically Taz. Like, Taz somehow kidnaps every character that how coincidentally is the ones that Ken Penders says he created, puts them all on a giant ring portal, and then closes it up. It's like, see ya, characters, never talk to you ever again. And there's one issue where Knuckles is like, no, my family. and then they like wipe their hands up and go, well, that's the end of that. Fuck you, Penders.
They're purging them.
Yeah, they just like hundreds of characters.
To the Shadow Realm, Yu-Gi-Oh
yeah, it's
style.
like 100 characters. There's like one panel where it's like 100 characters all just in a ring portal, like, no, and then you never see them ever again. Archie's like, we're done with this. Fuck this. We're done. We don't care. We don't give a shit about like Leah and Da. Get out of here. And he still sells books of them, like, and he draws them, and they're not good, and I love it so much.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. You're wonderful people.
We love you. Thank you for listening.
And until next week, beware.
Bud it up.
You're in for a good bud time.